Hey guys! Today I'm going to show you how to make this really cool spiraled tie-dye t-shirt. Here's what you'll need. Bottles with the dye color of your choice. Any color will do and any number will do. A pair of gloves, if you don't want to get dye on your hands. At least 4 medium-sized rubber bands. 1 piece of 100% cotton fabric to be dyed. You can use other fabrics, but cotton works the best. A plastic tablecloth. Dye will stain any surface, including clothing, so wear your old clothes. So you're gonna want to start by laying your shirt out nice and flat. Don't worry about getting every single wrinkle out, since they will add to the character of the shirt. Since I want my spiral to radiate from the center of the chest, I'm gonna come down to the bottom of the sleeves and bring my fingers together. Find the middle. I like to glance up to the collar to make sure I'm on track. At this point, you simply pinch the shirt to make a crease that you can grab onto. Make sure that you are grabbing both the front and back of the shirt. Then, all you do is twist. Now, you don't have to rush this and try to do it all in one go. In fact, as you're twisting, try to take care to keep all the ridges around an equal height and flat as possible. If you want your spiral to come out with a more consistent pattern, you'll want to try to make all your creases the same size. If you want a more varied pattern, you'll want to continue your creases all the way out to the sleeves. I'd like a bit of both, so I'm going to take these sleeves and try to carry the crease all the way out to the edges. And all I'm doing here is making little folds in the fabric that are all about the same size so that I'll hopefully get a consistent and varied pattern. I'm also pulling the edges of the shirt a bit tighter so that I'll hopefully get a tighter spiral. If you make it looser, your spiral will get straighter as it travels outward. Once you finish your spiral, you'll need to rubber band it all together so that it will stay folded up while you're dyeing it. You'll want to start with your sleeves here because that will be the part that wants to come undone. So, trying to leave the shirt as flat as possible, I'm just going to slide the rubber band under and around to get both the sleeves in. Now I'll do the next band, making extra sure to tie down any loose parts and fixing any creases that get messed up in the process. The key here is to end up with your shirt as flat as possible to get a nice, even application of color. Even if you mess up a little while you're putting the rubber bands on, don't panic. You can still fix your folds after the rubber bands are on. Now, you'll see I have tried to cross my rubber bands at a single point, right over the center spiral, to form 6 pie pieces. This isn't entirely necessary, but it does help when trying to apply colors in even portions. Okay, so now we'll apply our dyes. I've got 5 colors here: green, blue, yellow, purple, and red. You'll notice that I have one more section than I have colors, so I'm going to double up on purple. Let's start with that. So here, I'm gonna start pouring on the purple. This dye starts out a bit watery since it was made from a powdered dye, but it will become a bit more vibrant as we put more on. I'll get both sides here, which is going to make a spiral with 2 purple arms directly across from each other. Make sure you apply dye to every spot, especially around the edges if you don't want white spots. Now we'll apply the green, which was also made from powdered RIT dye, so it's a bit watery too. Then blue. Red. And yellow. Once we do the front side, we're gonna flip it over and do the back. Personally, I don't mind letting the front side sit in the puddle of dye since it will add to the element of randomness in the finished product, which is always pretty exciting. You don't have to do the back exactly like the front if you don't want, but realize that this will be the actual back of the shirt. It takes some trial and error to figure out exactly what effect you will achieve, but don't worry about it too much. There's an element of randomness in tie-dye by nature, and that's half the fun. Since our purple and green dye did come out a little watery, I'm gonna give this shirt a little squeeze while it's in the dye puddle so that it will soak up as much color as it can. This will also squeeze the dye into any cracks that it didn't reach before, so you won't have any white spots. Once you're all done, you'll need to let your dye sit for 24 hours. I've got my plastic bag here, double layered just in case the first one leaks. You really don't want this dye leaking out onto your nice kitchen counter. So here's our shirt after 24 hours. First, you should take off the rubber bands. Start with cold water and rinse the shirt until most of the dye comes out. Then turn on the hot water. Keep running hot water through the shirt until the water runs mostly clear. After it's rinsed well, wash the shirt by itself in the washing machine with hot water. The first time washing the shirt, do not use any detergent. When washing the shirt for a second time, wash it with dark colors. And here's the finished product before washing and drying, and here's the shirt after.